All right. As you can see, I am kind of doing a hard restart on the eyes, and even still, I kind of goofed them up a little bit. Um, but I think I'll be able to reshape these a little bit easier than kind of the out of control look that we've been getting for a little while now. Today we are doing a red background. Karen Ryder, how's it going? We're doing a real basic one today. We're doing red background with green eyes. Now I'm using a different color green than I did yesterday, so in theory, we'll be able to see a difference. Not to mention the reshaping of the eyes should probably help with that. But it's real simple, real basic today. I was going to do a mixture of multiple different colors of red, but then I realized, honestly, I kind of just don't have the motivation for that, to put in that kind of effort. But we're going to just dive right into this because I've got a lot of stuff I need to get done today. Now we just play the waiting game. No current plans for Halloween Horror Nights, but I'm sure I'll be going back at least a few more times before the event ends. This is another one of those where I'm not totally sure that the consistency is going to move on its own. I'm holding out hope. I'm holding my breath. I just cannot tell if there's any movement whatsoever. feel like feel like that lower one is closing a little bit. Feel like there's going to be a little bit of connection there, and that might speed things up once it connects, once it clips together. I think I'm not ready yet to admit defeat. I think it's moving. It's just moving really, really slowly. Like having that singular pour as it slowly comes together. Once you speed that up, it looks so cool without having the interference of a second pour. So that's why I'm always so apprehensive to do it, because I'm like, yeah, even if it takes a while, let's let it do its thing, if we can. Doing doing two solid colors in a row one day after the other, it makes it difficult because there's no real pinpoints on yesterday's layer that I can be like, You know, like if there were swirls or something, I could tell if the swirls were getting covered up. Um, yeah, man, it's all about the aesthetic. I don't know. I think we may have to. I just wish there was a way that I could tell if it was actually doing what it's supposed to. I think it is, but I'm not sure. We're gonna do just one more. I think hopefully we only have to do two today. Hopefully we only have to do two. Uh, yeah, we're gonna go for it. I keep hoping that when I do these second pours and it creates a sort of bump, that bump will dry that way, and then the next day we'll have a nice little slope for the paint to slide down, and it'll help with the whole with the look. But every day it dries, and we don't get that particular effect. This time I'm feeling a little more confident that the paint is in fact still moving. Now I may be wrong. I think it may have stopped. Oh, this red is just a little too thick. I may have benefited from doing the multicolors because I might have been able to thin out the paint a little. We're gonna give it another squeeze, another pour, and try to convince it to do what it's supposed to do. All right, that one dot, that small dot, that's gonna fill in just fine. Now it's the big one that we got to really focus on. Come on now. I'm telling you, if this little dot doesn't fill on its own, I'm gonna be gonna throw it across the room. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Boom, we got one to fill in. Rock on. Now we also have like a little bit there at the tip of the eye that I'm probably gonna have to fill in. Gonna have to be really careful with that too. I would just rather not approach that until after the hole fills itself in, because you don't want to block any of the you don't want to block the good stuff. That's what people are coming here for. I think we need to do another pour because I don't think that hole is filling in at all. God dang, day is just a pain in my butt. Oh, don't you stop moving now. Come on. Dang well I poured in enough to fill that hole in. that is, I don't think that's moving. This paint is really, yeah, it is definitely thick. Um, this red is just rude. You know, it's just rude. Rude red. That's what it is. There we go. That ought to do it. Come on now. All right. It took a lot of convincing, but it got there. All right. Now we just got to like put in one little drip here. If we can solidify the new direction of these eyes. Come on. Tell me that teeny tiny dot fills itself in. Y'all can't be serious with me right now. Come on. Oh, come on. Figure it out. That's insane. Are we seeing this? Y'all see this? Look at this. One tiny little dot does not want to just smooth out. Just fill itself in. Come on. Come on, little dot. You know you want to. You know you don't want me to have to pour another one. Dang, that is stubborn. That is full-fledged stubbornness right there. That's what that is. We're just gonna say, nah, man. Don't play that game. Boop. Deal with it. There we go. We got the red. It took a lot, but we got the red done. All right, so now for the eyes, we are going to do green. Apparently, this person wants to celebrate Christmas a little early, which I personally am deeply offended by as a Halloween person. But we're going to fill in these eyes with green, a slightly different green than yesterday, so hopefully we'll actually be able to see the difference, the progress, the process, whatever we want to call it. Once again, we're using this awkwardly shaped bottle that doesn't particularly like to squeeze out the paint correctly. Come on, at least the green can play along today. Don't tell me you're going to give me the same trouble that the red did. I might have to throw down. All my homies, we're going to jump you in a dark alleyway. Y'all seeing this? Why is the paint being mean to me today? That's what I want to know. I thought we were friends. I thought we were in this together. It's supposed to be a mutual effort. Paint just wants to be mean. Very rude. Oh, come on. That tiny little dot. Oh, yeah, there it goes. There it goes. DVD logo just hit the center. Boom, that's what I'm talking about. It'll smooth itself out a little bit. All right, we'll go in for the second eye. There we go. Yeah, those eyes aren't. I don't have beef with Neil. I got beef with the paint. So those eyes are a little bit not as good as I thought they turned out. I'll be honest. That one, ooh, kind of rough to look at. Whoops. Hey, Koala, how's it going? The paint today is being mean to me. It doesn't want to fill in on its own. I reshaped the eyes, but I'm not particularly happy with how they turned out. Hopefully this layer dries as flat as yesterday's, because I might give another shot at trying to fix the eyes. Not going live tonight. Already got a tour booked. Had a last minute one last night. Got one that's been planned for a few days tonight. You know, it's spooky season. People are getting in the spirit of this time of year. Hey, enjoy drama. That was always my favorite class. Come on, this is gonna fill in on its own, right? Like this ain't done moving. This is gonna fill in, right? Please. Come on. Do me a favor. Hook me up, brother. I believe this is gonna fill in on its own. I have faith. I'm hoping. Breath is currently being held. I should not have to do another little bloop. I think this is gonna work. Come on. Mr. Gray says he's my best friend. Awesome. It's always good to have best friends, right? I have a work best friend, and by that I mean one of the spirits that I talk to on a near nightly basis. I don't think that's going to go. It's going to fill in, man. I think I gotta add a little bit more. Come on now. That's ridiculous. No, hold on. I cannot tell. I cannot tell. Tomorrow, whatever I do tomorrow is going to have a design so that we can tell a little bit better whether or not this is actually doing what it's supposed to do. Because doing these solid colors, man, they do not. They don't help out with that. Like, how did you get that? How does the surface tension not break at this point? Like, that's what I don't get. Like, look how small that dot is. How has it not collapsed in on itself? This paint is stubborn. Oh, yeah. No, that's the whole thing. Is like I give ghost tours and we actually do investigations and we try to get in contact with spirits. And there's a few recurring ones that we have at certain locations. And the longer you work there, the more often you're in and out of the place. Kind of the more often they warm up to you. You know, they start talking to you more. But I've got one recurring spirit that from day one has just always been down with having a little chit chat. So I always call him my best friend. All right, I'm going to rinse out the red cap at least. I'm holding out hope for that green. Like, I probably shouldn't, but I'm trying to believe the best in people, and that includes paint. Paint is people. Hi, Koala. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, no, it's it's a combination of the two. You know, we walk around downtown, we talk about the history of things, and then we try to get our guests to See if our guests are able to interact with spirits. Oh, I don't want to poke it. I want it to feel on its own. I'm definitely seeing movement, although, no matter how slow, which I think, though, is going to be great when sped up. Like, it's just going to look so good once we speed it up and it looks like it did it really fast. You can kind of tell from the glare on the light. Like, that's kind of what I'm using right now, the light glare. But how is that dot still holding out? I mean, that is just determination. More of a dent at this point than it is a hole. Oh, they're a blast. I absolutely suggest checking out Ghost Tours. I mean, check out you'd be surprised. Like, I think every large city, I mean, a city of any real certain size, is going to have some sort of company that's going to offer that. So, you don't even necessarily have to come to Orlando. We would love you to, but you don't have to. I'm sure there's one nearby wherever you're at. All right, I kind of feel like that is it. I mean, it went so slowly; it was kind of almost anticlimactic. But it seems to have kind of filled itself in, starting to smooth out a little bit. So I believe we're going to call it a day there, and I will catch you all tomorrow. Thanks for stopping by.